Welcome to the Bourbon Band. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie.
We're getting Gunderstruck on a river today.
We're getting Gunderstruck.
All right, this very rich, lovely, beautiful looking sample comes to us today from our friend Eric Gunderson, all the way across the country with a whiskey that smells so good it's leaping out of the glass. It's our job now to nose this, take 5 sips, try and figure out what the heck we're drinking. We'll say whether or not we like it, and it'll be revealed. We have 2 cameras on us today, 3 different microphones, because we're next to this very loud and beautiful McKenzie River, and we want you to hear what we're saying, because I'm sure it's going to be very, very critically important. What do you think? Are you ready to get into this thing?
I am, and you've kind of mentioned this already, but look at the color, look at the legs on this. You probably can't see it. It coats wonderfully.
Well, let's get to the nose.
Yeah. Smells like bourbon.
Oh, man.
Oh, it smells rich and
Cherry-tastic.
cherry-tastic.
Lots of oak.
Man, you took the worst word out of my mouth. I was going to say cherry, oak.
Oh,
There's a nice richness here.
we're on the same page.
Maybe a little leather.
I would agree with that. It is a beautiful day to drink some whiskey. I'm sick of waiting. Let's get on to sip number 1.
Let's start the weekend.
Cheers.
Oh, wow.
That goes very different places.
That was not what I was expecting out of this sip.
Oh, boy.
Woo. There, you still get a baby hint of cherry, but that super sweet cherry is not sweet anymore.
No.
There's almost a hint of smoke or peat on this.
I think there's a faint peat here.
Yeah, because it's a little bit, not campfirey, but
A little touch of that.
there's something
Oh, it's so earthy.
earthy.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
earthy and malty.
Wow.
I am immediately going away from the bourbon gas here.
Yes.
I have another idea, but do you want to get
Wow.
on to sip 2? This is, by the way,
Fascinating.
fantastic. My mouth is watering.
Sip 2?
Let's do it. Oh, that is delightful. It coats the mouth so well. You're right about that leather note, though. It's huge.
I like this.
Do you really?
Yeah, and it's not something that I would normally like.
I was going to say, this is my palate, not yours.
I know, but there's something sweet about this that covers up a lot of that smokiness. Like there's not a lot of that peat. Like it's just enough that it gains interest, but it doesn't overtake the sip.
That's really well said, yeah. And it's almost, I don't want to say savory, earthy for sure. But
I think savory is
you
a
think?
great term.
The balance is incredible here because you get a nice sweetness there,
Yeah.
but it's really tempered.
Ooh,
I like this a lot.
I like this a lot too, and I don't know what this is. We're not gonna get it.
Sip 3? Is that
Yeah.
what, we're only on sip 3?
Sip 3, we're enjoying it so much.
Here
It's
we
taking
go.
a while. There's a touch of honey.
Yes. Ooh, this is some real goodness here.
I'm trying to think of like great flavor notes, but I'm so enthralled with like how different the nose is than the palate.
Completely.
And how much I'm enjoying the palate. I do think there's a little hint of citrus in there with the honey, all that oak. There is that nice baby hint of smoke. So Eric knows the audience because you know that I'd be totally blown away by too much smoke.
This is delightful.
Ooh.
Super cohesive. What else are you getting?
I'm getting a little chocolate.
I
Sorry,
agree.
I got excited, but like
You
all
can get
of a sudden,
excited about chocolate.
I know, but all of a sudden it was like a malty and then like chocolate, not chocolate covered nuts, just a little bit of maybe even dark chocolate.
I'm thinking there's a splash of toffee in here too.
Oh.
Wow, there's a lot to uncover in this one.
Oh, I like this.
How about sip 4?
Yeah. I gotta start thinking about the proof on this too. I'm enjoying it so much.
Oh boy. There's a chocolatey, oaky, semi-charred presence here.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get an idea of not of brand, but of type. And if it's the type I'm thinking of, you don't always get a charred presence, and that's kind of a nice treat.
Yeah. Did you say this was a little toasted?
Yeah, almost like a toasted, charred, oaky
Yeah.
sort of thing happening.
I agree with that.
Wow.
This is definitely more in your lane. You're gonna do way better at this than I'm gonna do.
I don't know, the way it's coating and everything. This would be hard to dislike as a whiskey enthusiast, like both of us are.
Yeah, I'm smiling again ear to ear, and it's a little bit warm.
Yes. There's a gentle heat here,
Gentle heat.
but it's a satisfying
Yeah.
heat. I like this.
The proof is going to throw me because it feels warmer than I think that it is. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe it's just drinking wonderfully and it's really proofy.
There's a warm breeze coming down off
Yeah.
this ice cold river. It is a perfect day for having some whiskey. Sip number 5. I took an enormous sip there.
I'm just going to say right now, I really like this. I'm
Yep.
not going to get anything right on it. And I'm okay with that because I'm enjoying it so much. It's just something different that I normally wouldn't gravitate to.
Lots of honey coming through on sip
Lots
5.
of honey.
The bigger the sip, the more the honey shows up.
Yeah, honey, malt. I think there's a little bit of citrus in there. I do
Agreed.
think that chocolate, a little peatiness or smokiness.
It's delightful.
Yeah, let me think about this one and cool transition.
3, 2, 1. And we're back from our cool transition. Julie, tell us all about this. What do you think it is?
So I think this is a single malt, and I'm just gonna go out of the gate and say something like a Campbelltown.
Sure, Scotch?
Yeah, a Scotch. Doesn't have a super scotchiness to it, but I do remember those being a little bit more in my lane. Like
Yeah.
it was a little bit sweeter, not so peaty. I really like this, and then I'm gonna go about 112.
Okay.
It could be way over that or way under, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm going to go American single malt. I'm with you. I think it's a malted barley single malt. It's so good. And I'm going to say because it's charred, semi-toasted sort of thing happening, something unique is happening on the oak, I'm going to go American, and I'm going to say it's some sort of finish. But brand-wise, I think it's probably something I haven't had. I don't know of anything that's got this many flavors. I don't
Yeah.
think I've had it before. I'm going to say Whiskey Del Bach, because I've never had a Whiskey Del
Great.
Bach
I
from
love that.
Tucson, I believe. And they say it's amazing. I'd like to know if it's amazing. I'm guessing it's this because this is amazing. And I'm going to say this is like that wheelhouse where I like to do my drinking.
Yeah.
It's hitting me perfectly. And when I'm really happy with a whiskey, it usually hits around 108 proof. So I'm going 108.
Love it.
Eric Gunderson sent us the envelope here. You didn't go with a brand. Are you any interest in going with a brand?
I'm not gonna get it right. I don't really know my Scotch single malts very well, but I'll go something like a Glen Scotia or something, because that's a brand that I recognize.
Glen Scotia from Campbelltown area. Yeah, that's great. You say you don't know anything. She knows more than she lets on.
I
everybody.
don't really know anything.
All right, Eric Gunderson, thank you so much for the sample. You guessed 112 proof, I guessed 108. We both guessed single malts from different countries, and what have we got here?
All right, we have a Westland single cask, finished in port casks, 7 years aged. It's a Mash and Journey pick, and it's 106.8. So you were close on the proof. Very
All right,
close
we
on
both
the proof.
did pretty good. They named it Big Vic
Oh.
Mecca Leaky High Mecca Malty Ho. Okay, so it was finished.
Okay.
It is an American single cask. I think that's a single malt. Westland, of course, from Seattle. We love Westland whiskey. 7 years aged. We didn't say anything about the aging, but we definitely said that we liked it. So real close on ABV. I think we got single malt right, and we're winners because it's delicious.
It is so good. Kudos to the Mash and Journey. That's a really great pick.
Yeah, no surprise that that's a really, really good
Yeah.
pick. Jason and Scott always make great selections, and this was a slam dunk right here.
I loved it.
Well, if you had their pick, let us know what you think of it. Let us know what's your favorite Westland, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm going to listen to AC/DC all day.